Hi guys and welcome back. Last week I bought a new aquarium. And this one is the biggest I've owned yet. So it's a 90-liter tank. That's, for my American viewers, that's a little bit over 23 gallons. So it's starting to be a fair size. And it's been sitting on the floor for the past week. And now it's time to put it on a stand. Today we are off to IKEA to go and get a stand for this aquarium because I've done several aquarium shops. I've been looking for stands for a good week now, and everything that I have seen is very overpriced for what it is. It doesn't look good at all. It's like stands straight out from the 90s. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it just doesn't suit the kind of very modern vibe I have in my house. So we are off to IKEA today. So almost all my tanks have always been sitting on IKEA furniture, the Kallax to be precise, and they've held up really well over time. I haven't had any issues whatsoever. They are actually quite sturdy. So again, if you want to be on the safe side, you can always reinforce your furniture. I will be reinforcing the stand that this is going on, just because I do think I'm going to be going extremely hardscape heavy in this tank, and I just want a certain peace of mind. So now on the way to IKEA, there's about 1 hour drive to get there, so I'm just going to spare you that because that's just boring. Also, it's bucketing down with rain. So finally arrived at IKEA, and I think just like everybody, I got a little bit distracted with everything they actually had in store, and I did make it to the cabinet section eventually. I had spotted this store on their website, but when you don't see things in real life, sometimes they can be quite different. So the camera isn't really picking it up too well, but this is kind of a zinc finished brush door. So for the structure of the stand, it's just regular Besta cabinet. This is a, I believe it's a 60 on 40 and 65 high. So it's just a basic Besta cabinet. What's really cool about IKEA is they have so much small stuff that you can customize your furniture with, whether it's, small feet for your furniture, handles. This is just half the handles they actually have. So you can really design the exact stand that you want. So after all that, it did start to get a little bit late, so it was time to get something to eat. So by the time we got home, it started to get actually quite late. So I just decided to put a few things of the stand together, and I would finish reinforcing it the next day. The next day, I went straight to the hardware store and I got myself these 4x4 pieces of wood. Because I'm still in the process of setting up a very small workshop, this is my setup for today. So yes, it's extremely laughable, but it will work. So to reinforce the cabinet and make it nice and sturdy, what I'm going to be doing here is making two separate frames. And once these frames are built, I'm just going to slide them into the cabinet and join them together. So that's also going to prevent a lot of wobbling. It's also going to reinforce it because, like I said, I am going to go hardscape heavy with this aquarium. So it really does need to be able to support the whole weight of the tank. So guys, if you are also looking into reinforcing your furniture, there are actually a lot of free blueprints online for aquarium stands or just reinforcing your basic furniture. So what I'm doing here is something I've actually done in the past that's worked extremely well. Again, if you have a heavier tank, a bigger tank, you may want to get bigger pieces of timber, or maybe, also add quite a few pieces of wood. After everything was finally cut down to size, I slid everything into the cabinet just to see if I had measured correctly. So everything was good, took everything out, and now I'm just gonna make the frame. So I'm just gonna drill and screw everything together. So this frame, being slightly bigger, needed a little bit of persuading to get into the cabinet. Okay, so that's the basic structure done. I actually do need to add a few more pieces of wood in there, but I'm missing a few pieces, so that's fine. I will add them on a little later on. So I kept thinking to myself that the door looked really strange, and after a while I realized that there was actually still the plastic peel that's on it, so here's me taking it off. So this door has a zinc brushed finish, and it really does look quite nice. Unfortunately, my phone isn't picking it up at all. It's actually look quite faded on the image. Quick light check. So after tidying everything up, cleaning everything up, it really started to get late. So this is what the cabinet looks like from inside. Not too bad. Still some work to do though. I think I'm going to stop the video here. There will be more episodes on scaping this tank, all that kind of stuff, but today I think I'm going to stop here because I'm absolutely exhausted. So I do think I will probably be painting the 4x4s, adding a shelf, doing cable management as well, which is my favorite thing ever. But yeah, that's the end of today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next Monday.